Namaste, beautiful yogis. It is week 2 of our self-love challenge. Week 1 was powerful. We did some exercises and some morning pages type of writing in the morning, identifying things we're guilty about and things we love about ourselves and areas where we can learn to love ourselves. So it is more about becoming aware of the inner workings of the mind rather than any type of forward work. Just we first have to become aware of where our areas, what is holding us back, why there is reasons why we are not accepting ourselves. Oftentimes that is guilt, blame, and so forth. So just discovering things about ourselves is very important in this journey to self-love and appreciation. So week 2 is going to be again morning pages. I want you to grab a journal and put it by your bed, so that first thing in the morning when you wake up, you write a full page of what you're grateful about. Try to include things also about yourself that you're grateful. I'm grateful about my body, I'm grateful about my health, I'm grateful about my character, I'm grateful about my beauty, and so forth. And you start your day with that attitude of gratitude, that being grateful will turn your perspective around, because oftentimes when we're in the mindset of being upset about things we don't have, we forget to be grateful for what we have. So that is week 2. The challenge is going great. Come over to Beautiful Yogis, jump in now, it's never too late. First thing in the morning, it is powerful to write first thing in the morning, because your rational mind still hasn't kicked in. A few years ago I did a challenge on this channel, which was morning pages. We did 3 pages of writing, stream of consciousness writing in the morning. And just recently I was cleaning my house and found that journal, and I was reading through it, and I was shocked, profound. It was such wise things I have written in it, and such deep self-truths I have written in it, because it was first thing in the morning and you just flow with it. So that's why let's do this week self-gratitude, gratitude morning pages. And also I would like to invite you to do some during some time in the evening or during the day, it doesn't matter, a walk in which you go, I'm grateful for all the things that you are good at, and you can say all the things that you're not good at, but you reward it as gratefulness, because anything that you're challenged with will offer you the opportunity to grow if you shift your mindset to that. If you want to succeed in anything, you will take your challenges as your biggest opportunities. So I will give you an example. You're going to walk and you're going to say, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my mother, I'm grateful for my father, I'm grateful for my dog, I'm grateful for my loves, I'm grateful for my strengths, I'm grateful for my weaknesses, I'm grateful for my challenges. And you're just going to mention things that possibly you tend to think of about yourself as a negative thing, and you don't have self-acceptance in that area, and you think once I achieve this I'll be perfect, or once I achieve this I can love myself. You're gonna turn this around and start to understand or see it in a perspective of it is serving you in some way. In week 3 we'll drop any negativity, so we're not going to even focus on our weaknesses, but in week 2 I would like us to shift our perception of those things and find a way to be grateful for what we are given. And even the things that we think are so bad, when you put things in perspective, or even when you compare with people that have amazingly profound challenges in their life, it puts things in perspective, and you go, oh, okay, I understand now. You can say, I'm grateful for my laziness, and I'm grateful for my perseverance. And you see how this is gonna go. First thing in the morning you will write what you're grateful for, and then on your walk you will acknowledge everything, all the good and all the things that are challenging for you, in a gratitude type of manner. So we're gonna turn it around and be appreciative of everything that is in our life currently. We're not gonna be resentful or unaccepting about certain things, because if we say I'm I'm grateful for my weaknesses. You accept. I'm grateful for not knowing. You accept where you're at. And you're not constantly in some form of internal struggle about it. So it's all about how we perceive things, and that is what we're going to do this week. Try to really do your morning pages first thing in the morning. Your morning gratitude page. And we'll deepen it next week. But you will see, it's a powerful tool, and I encourage you to write every single morning. This is for the challenge this week. So there has been questions, how do you face yourself? Because a lot of self-growth will come down to facing yourself. And we do yoga in order to create stillness and quietness so that we can start to identify internal patterns, and in order to start hearing our internal voice and start to know ourselves. All of us have certain things within ourselves that sooner or later, when time is right, we're gonna face it. And someone in the group asked, what do you mean, how do you face it? Once you identify what's bothering you, how do you face yourself? What does it mean? It means that when a feeling arises of guilt, shame, blame, pain, resentment, anger, hatred, and so forth, anything negative as emotion, when it arises, you're gonna try not to distract yourself. You're gonna try not to cope with it, develop unhealthy coping mechanisms or distractions. You're gonna go to the movies, you're gonna watch a movie, go on the internet, go out with friends, have alcohol, have substances, etc. You're going to try to drop everything, learn not to avoid your feelings, and sit with it. You will have to be at that place in life where you know you can deal with your own self. So it's not for everybody. Years of yoga practice will prepare you for that moment. And you're gonna sit with it up until the feeling becomes all you are. It's gonna expand, and you're gonna feel the feeling with its fullest extent. So it will overtake you, it will expand, it will become grand, and it will become unbearable at some point and overwhelming, and you will basically process the emotion from the feeling. Because when we don't do that, the feeling will always remain within, and we're going to just have it on a low burner in the back of our mind, and always making choices in our life based on that feeling. So basically it affects our life even when we avoid it. It is helpful to face our feelings sooner or later and move past that. Once you cycle through the deepest, darkest part of your feeling, it's like the darkest night of your soul, you will come out and you will have a new perspective. Generally, you would understand that in the grand scheme of things, your little hang-ups of your childhood or whatever, some people have big issues to deal with and they should deal with healers. But a lot of our issues are things that once we face, we understand that in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter, because one day we all be dead, and all those things ultimately would have affected our life in so many ways that maybe it wasn't worth it, and it made us not present in the moment and not appreciative of the moment, and those hang-ups just prevented us from being joyful in the present moment. So that's why we want to bring it up to the surface and cycle through it and let it go and get a new perspective of it. Understand that you here now, with all your body parts that are working, and with the beauty of the moment, with the capacity to breathe, it's a blessing. Just enjoy life, let go of the past, face it first, of course, because if it's sitting within you unprocessed, you can't move forward. That's why there is times to be joyous and positive, and there is times to work through your shit and then be light as a feather and go forward in life. A lot of people have asked how to love yourself. There is all kinds of obviously exercises and things and mindfulness techniques to do, but one thing is to not think about how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, all of that, but to think, what do I have to give, how can I serve, and how can I contribute to society, and that will give value, that will create value in you that is based on real character strengths and on you as a human being, as a soul. So always find ways to serve and ways to give and how you can contribute. If you're an artist, if you're a filmmaker, what you create brings beauty to people's life or brings joy. If you're a comedian, you make people laugh. If you're a nurse, you help people heal, or you're there for them when they need you and when they're suffering. So forth, you understand. You're teaching yoga classes. That is another way. You are working at the DMV and you're just smiling at people and they come over to renew their license. It doesn't matter. You just have to understand your own value in society and see what you can give to the world and give it from your heart. And you've all seen those people on the streets that can make your day just by being their shiny self. So that's one way. We can talk more about it. Of course, there is no quick ways to learn to love yourself. I've always said this. Also understand that to not love yourself is to just not be grateful for what you have, because what you're given in your body is not yours. And for you to say, well, but it's not good enough, it's just not grateful. So it's good to say thank you for this, thank you for that, and to shift your self-criticism to gratitude. That is one of the most important ways you can actually learn to love yourself, is by seeing your value as a soul and changing self-criticism, which is ungratefulness, to gratitude. Gratefulness, appreciation for what you have been given. Those are my simple techniques. Of course, you have to do yoga and you have to do daily practices and meditations and all of that. But right now we're at the gratitude morning pages, and I think that will help us. Namaste.